All right, y'all, thanks for tuning in the channel today. Today we're gonna talk about trailer TPMS on the Ford, right? If you're going on long trips, it's good to know if you've got a camper, you've got a trailer, you know, especially RVs, because if you have a blowout, it does a lot of damage to them. It's really good to know if you're getting a low tire, if you've hit something before it blows out. I run good tires. I've got a video with speed ratings. You can look on my channel. Make sure your tires are rated for the speed you're driving. You know, if you get a Carlisle and it's rated for 65 miles an hour and you're running 65 miles an hour, you're running 100% of the rating, right? So might look, you know, if you're gonna run 65, you might wanna get a 70, 75 mile an hour rated tire, you know, just so you're not running the max limits, because with the temperatures and the heat on those tires, you're pushing them to the limit. So it's really good to know what's going on with your tires if you're going on a long trip and you've got, you know, a toy hauler, tandem axle, whatever you're running, right? So does Ford offer the TPMS? They do. They've been offering it for a long time. If you notice in your bed on your fifth wheel prep, there's two plugs. If there's two plugs on that, then it probably has it, or if you have the 360 camera system, it probably has it. I'll show you that in the video in just a little bit, but let me turn this around and show you the screens that I see before you do anything to the truck, how I know my truck has the options. Okay, so I go in my dash right here. You're gonna go to your towing, and you'll see trailer tire pressure. Right there, it says capability not detected. Okay, that's fine. We don't have a module plugged in right now. The other part you're gonna see is when you get your camera hooked up, you're gonna come over here to your camera button. You're gonna push your camera button, you push this. The one it's gonna be on when your trailer is hooked up, if you buy the camera and the TPMS, it's gonna be right here. You touch that, of course we don't have anything plugged in. So let's get out, I'm gonna show you these harnesses and we'll get this thing installed on the trailer and show you what it looks like when it's hooked up. Okay, so once you get your harnesses ran, and I'll add that to the end of my video. I didn't want to bore y'all with that if you want to watch it running it in the camper. But you're gonna have two plugs now. You'll see you've got this plug right here that will work. You need to make sure you get the right harness. If you want to use your Pro Trailer backup, you're gonna have to get the one for the yaw sensor. It'll split off 3 ways. I did not do that. Mine splits off 2 ways. It has the trailer TPMS module, and it has a splits off for the camera also. So, you know, I guess that other one's gonna have a little few more pins. Up to you if you want to use the Pro Trailer backup. I don't need it, so I'm good there. So all we're gonna do now is we come around here. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time. Plug in your standard 7-way. This is gonna go with this connector down. It actually locks it in with the cup that folds down like this. Okay, we got that plugged in. We just heard the buzzer go off in the truck. Everything on the Reese goose box is hooked up. Now I need to inflate my airbag on my Reese goose box. I've got another video on that if you want to see it. We're looking for that piece of channel to come halfway in there. And the way I do that is I've got a built-in compressor and a bi-air. So we're gonna come over here. And we're looking for that channel in that hole. You can see it raising the front nose of the trailer up. Okay, so you can see we're straight across in the channel. We're ready to pull the trailer out. Let's do that, and then we're gonna get these tire pressure sensors trained. And we've got those installed on the valve stem. That comes in the Ford kit also. Okay, so once we've got it plugged in, you're gonna see right here it says trailer tire pressure indication not set up, see manual. Okay, not a big deal. You're gonna go here to the setup, you're gonna press OK. Okay, we have 2 axles, so we've got 4 sensors. I'm gonna press that to confirm it. Okay, and this is the trailer specified tire pressure. Okay, mine is 80 cold PSI. I usually start with them at about 70 to 75, just because once I get out on the highway for about 20-30 minutes here in South Texas, especially in the summer, it's gonna get up to 85-90 with probably the first 30 minutes driving. So I set mine at 75. We're gonna click OK to confirm. Okay, it's gonna tell me to go check to, basically you're gonna let some air out of that tire until the horn honks. But what I'm gonna do is I have a GM. I use this in my GM to train the TPMS sensors. I think it's like 20 bucks on Amazon. You basically just point it at the sensor on the tire, push it, and then it'll activate it and it'll ping it. I don't know if it's gonna work on the Ford. I'm gonna try. If not, you just let air out of the tires until it honks, but then you've got to go back and add that air back into the tire. So up to you on what you want to do there, but let's get out and try this. Clear those messages. You can see we're on the front tire, this side. Okay, so we're right here. Okay, doesn't look like this is gonna work. Let me get some to let some air out of the tire. Okay, you can let some air out. Okay, we got the horn. Okay, it says that we've trained that one. Now it's asking for the opposite side, front. It's a time process, so you got to kind of hurry through it. So this one on the front. Okay, got the honk. Let's go see which one it tells us to do now. So now it wants the passenger rear. Okay, now we only got one left. Okay. You get back in the truck, it says training complete. We're gonna click OK. There you go. Now you can actually see, block the light for you a little bit. You can see your real-time trailer tire pressures right there. So I basically ran the wires up through here under this fiberglass. They come down in here, they drop down, and I ran them along my lines. They were already on the trailer. You can see right here under the door, this is the module for the TPMS. It's bolted to the frame, and then your camera wire ran it all the way down. And it actually goes up into the floor right here by the back door, and it's going to run up the inside. And I'm waiting on an extension. I've got a loop there and a grommet. I'm coming out of the top right there, and that extension should be here this morning, so we'll get that put on and get this video wrapped up. All right, so sitting out here waiting on UPS to show up, we need a 15-foot extension for the camera cord. I got all the way to the back of the camper. This is a 43-footer. I made it up about 3 foot up the wall. And you know, if I was gonna bumper mount it, it was plenty low. But I wanna put it up high. I like it up high, and I'll tell you the reasons about that in just a few minutes. But anyway, one of my videos you might wanna check is the Victron inverter. You notice we're sitting out here with this camper. We've got the solar, we've got lithium power, fans running, everything inside's running. It's great, no noise, nothing. So let's go in and check that out while we're waiting on that extension. Okay, so coming into the camper right here, fridge is running. You can see we're inverting. We're running off our lithium power. We've got solar running right now. Got power coming in off of it. It'll probably jump up to about 400 or 500 watts here in just a second. The sun behind the clouds. 79 degrees. TV. All the lights. Microwave. You need to run that. You can fire that up. Literally all runs off the inverter. So back here is where I'm waiting on that extension. Like I said, I came through the floor back in the back corner. We're gonna run it around the top, and then I've got a hole going out to the camera up there in the top. So hopefully that shows up in a minute. We'll finish this video up. Okay, when you restart the truck, you're gonna see a bunch of lines, and then when we start driving, it should come up. We got the camper hooked up, and we got the camera hooked up, everything. So we go up here to our 360 camera, and then that's your standard format. We touch that right there, and it's this one right here, and that's the back of the camper. So let's drive this thing out. Let's see if that sets up and what happens. And the first, probably, as soon as I got up to about 15 miles an hour, they all came on and everything's accurate. Okay, so we can definitely see what's behind us now, which is really nice. And it also helps judge how fast people are coming on when you've got to change lanes. And then you've got the tire pressures there. We don't have any temperatures up yet. We'll see what happens with that. But really like the camera. Works well. One of the nice things I really like about this setup is once you've programmed the camera to be on that, I can put that camera on just by touching the 360 camera button, and it defaults to that. And if I want to go back to my screen, I can turn it back to normal. And then if I want to change lanes and I want to check it, I just push that button and I can look in my mirror. I can see I've got a car over there, so it's really nice. Just went down to Outlaw Off-Road here in Victoria, Texas. Had them install those sensors for me. I had the GM sensors in there from the previous truck. We needed to switch over to the Ford sensors. Some of the differences I'll tell you is the Ford system actually has a plug that plugs in, and it moves the module somewhere on the trailer frame so that it can pick up the signal really well. Okay, if you've got a really long fifth wheel, or you know, your axles are pretty far back, that's really beneficial. I've had the other brands, the GM and the Ram, and they worked okay. Every once in a while they would click off just because the distance, I think, and interference, stuff like that. So I got a feeling this system's going to seem to work a little bit better having that module on the trailer frame instead of like under the back bumper of the truck. But just kind of want to go over with y'all today what this kit looks like. So let me turn this around and show you what we got. I'm pretty sure this part number has been superseded. I picked this kit up, somebody had it, it shipped with their truck, they weren't using it. But that's the part number right there. And then what you're going to have is, this is the plug. So right under your 7-way, if you have fifth wheel prep, you already have this, and it's going to plug in down here on the bottom. Okay, it's like a 12 pin. Now what you need to know on that, actually here, let's get y'all the part number on the harness. Let's see here, that's the part number for the harness. And this one is if you don't want the Pro trailer backup or whatever. Okay, the camera harness is this part number. And as you can see, this just splices out right here. This is the camera, and this goes to the TPS module on this side. Okay, so we roll down this harness right here. You'll see I've got the camera plugged in right here. It's supposed to be like a 49 or 50 foot harness. Comes with a lot of nice zip ties, some little rivet things. You can drill holes in your frame, put that in there. And then this is the actual TPMS module right here that'll be on your trailer frame. Let's zoom in so y'all can kind of get the numbers off of that. That HC3T. Got it? Okay. The other pieces you're gonna get is, this is just a receiver you can put up under the trailer tongue so that you don't get any water moisture in your plug. And then if you're gonna use this on the bumper, you can change your bumper light plug on the back of the bumper, because right now you have a 7-way on the bumper and you've got a 4-way on the bottom. For me, I'm going to keep my 4-way on the bottom. Anytime I use this kit, it's going to be in the fifth wheel prep in the back, so I won't be installing this part. And if you do install on the bumper, they just give you a 7-way adapter that you can go from 7 to 4, because you won't have a 4-way on the back bumper anymore. So I'm gonna get the tires put on, and then we'll start running this harness, and we'll be right back. All right, y'all, thanks for watching the video. That's a wrap on the Ford trailer TPMS sensor. If you got any questions, drop them below. I'll try to get them answered. If this video helped you in any way, please hit that like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.